Committee in the UK. Thanks very much for coming on, Asghar. Firstly, what do you make of these proposals that we've heard there from the Mayor of London? Does this kind of idea help the situation, do you think?
No, it doesn't. It plays directly into the growing feeling amongst the global Muslim community and also the Muslim community here in Britain that the government has it in for Muslims, and in general the West, Western countries, America and Britain in particular, are waging some sort of war against the Muslims of Islam. This type of rhetoric only plays into that wider, broader narrative.
But do you appreciate something needs to be done? I mean, what would you suggest to tackle the problem?
Of course something needs to be done, but the governments that are involved in this, that have caused you know, so much of a crisis in the Middle East, are unwilling to deal with the central point here. It's like you know, looking at the cracks and not realising that there's a massive overflow of water and the dam's going to break because of it. The real central problem here is foreign policy. Our policy across the Middle East has been totally destructive, and not just the war in Iraq, but across the board. And what you're seeing with groups like ISIS and Al Qaeda and the Arab Spring is a reaction to that. They are Muslims in that region are no longer willing to accept what they think is an unjust order, and by bombing them into submission, by you know, droning them or kidnapping them or sending them to secret prisons around the world, by, you know, and torturing them there, only reinforces that the belief within the Muslim world that something is wrong, and nothing is going to stop these guys unless, as these groups like ISIS are now saying, unless you take up arms. So why are we giving them more of the same? Something needs to change, and that is we need to adjust our foreign policy, make it ethical, and B, teach young Muslims, if we're going to deal with a British problem here, that they can make a change to that foreign policy by being involved in the system.
Okay.
As long as politicians say the Muslims are the other side and we can't be involved in that system or feel alienated from that system, you're going to have a terrorism problem.
Mr. Bukhari, OK, we understand that over 500, around 500 jihadi volunteers from the UK are fighting with the Islamic State. In your opinion, what's actually driving them to be radicalised? What's driving them to take up arms in Syria and Iraq?
Initially, I believe that people went to Syria because they felt that Assad was committing a crime, and they wanted to help those people who were fighting him in Syria. Obviously, it's now changed. The whole dynamics changed with the growth of ISIS going into Iraq. Now, if some of those fighters who were initially in Syria have joined ISIS, it's because they feel that the order that primarily the European countries in 1915 and America now upholds within the Middle East by propping up dictators and denying Muslims their right to choose their government is so failed. They've lost so much faith in that. They no longer even believe in a democracy because they think it would be undermined. So they feel that the Islamic State, no matter how barbaric it is better than what they currently have. So for them, it's like an ideal better than the hell that they're living in. And there's the problem, that the United States and Britain have made such a mess of the Middle East that anything is better than what they're given to a lot of young Muslims out there.
OK, we have to leave it there, but thank you very much for your thoughts. That's Asghar Bukhari, head of the Muslim Public Affairs Committee, live from the UK. Thank you.